Alright guys, how you guys doing? Welcome to Apple Weekly number 33, the show where I cover everything Apple over the past week, broadcasting on both YouTube and iTunes. Before we get started, I'd like to say thanks to our two sponsors, Parcel Monkey and Fiberbolt. Now the first story of this week is in relation to the iPhone 5. Every Tom, Dick and Harry has been making a publication about it, some major players in there as well, the Wall Street Journal. However, this is my next who are kind of were part of the Engadget team and have solid sources within Cupertino, I guess, or insiders. They've reported that the iPhone 5 is going to be launched somewhere around the September timeframe, and in specific, all the publications who said they had reported seeing the next iPhone 4S codenamed or the next iPhone 5 which looked identical to the iPhone 4. Well, this is my next reports. The reason why the iPhone 5 looks like an iPhone 4 is both because the components within the new iDevice is lighter, and to prevent anyone thinking, oh wow, you know, this is a brand new iPhone, they've just hidden it. They've put the same old cases on, so they've put the 3G, the 3GS cases in the iPhone 4 case, but the components within are actually quite brand new. Obviously we know what happened last year where Gizmodo leaked the iPhone 4, they found it in a bar. And I guess Apple have learnt a lesson or two and are taking some productive methods to kind of stop people, you know, taking snaps, taking videos, stealing it. It won't look like if it's, you know, a new device or a new prototype. What's more interesting is, this is my next say, that the iPhone 5 is going to have a completely new design, which I'm up for. Apparently higher levels of the executive team or the senior management team at Apple aren't too keen with the iPhone 4 design. They've kind of lost the flavour of the iPhone 4, so it's going to be interesting as to what they do. Could we see kind of a 3GS slash iPhone 4, both kind of design wise, you know, implemented together? I liked both designs. I thought the iPhone 4 was, you know, as good as it was. I was kind of scared and kind of dropping it in my hand, even although it was like Gorilla Glass, you could never smash it, or that's what Apple quoted, and some people did actually smash their iPhone 4s. I was still kind of, you know, worried, you know, if this drops, that's it gone. So let's see what happens in September. What would you like to see in the next iPhone 5, and will you be getting it? That is the big question. Leave it in the comments below. So this next story is actually quite interesting. A guy walks into two Apple stores in the United States and he installs software on the actual Macs on display. And the reason for that is he wants to kind of see people's reactions. Of course, the software he installs are spy cams, so he can see from his computer in his house as to what is going on in an Apple store, what the buyers, what the people around the store, what they're doing with the Macs in terms of facial expressions, and somehow he was trying to conduct a study pretty much. Well, that wasn't until an Apple technician found out that there was something dodgy going on. He investigated further and they eventually caught the guy. And basically Secret Service kind of swooped his house, took away iPods, laptops, and I think they took him away as well for questioning. I'm not too sure if it's been released. But of course he says he's kind of a, you know, free guy, shouldn't be put in jail. But you know, it was wrong in the first place. Basically, you know, installing cameras in someone's house essentially without asking them. He says he asked some random security guy in the store, but you know, that's just kind of out of limits. So let me ask you this question. What should happen to this guy? Should he be let free? Should he be punished in terms of fine or imprisonment, whatever? But you know, it's one of those things where it's just kind of out of order. You didn't ask for permission from the headquarters, and it's going to be interesting as to how it pans out, what Apple legal actually charge him for, and if they just let him walk away, which I kind of doubt. So here's a really interesting study that was carried out by bit.ly, and they basically try to see usage patterns in tablets, smartphones and the general computer, desktop or laptop. And I kind of agree with what they're saying. Basically they found that in the morning when people wake up, they're seeing a high pattern with people using smartphones. I must admit, I'm the same. When I get up, I've got my phone beside me, my iPhone to be specific, and I check my tweets, I check my mail, so that I know when I'm kind of getting ready breakfast, that I know what I need to do. I can kind of prioritise my stuff. I don't just, you know, kind of wake up and smack my keyboard and start throwing it away. It's just much easier on the smartphone, bam, within like a couple of seconds. And then they find that during the working hours, people are using computers. Understandable, most workplaces do have, you know, desktop machines still using the traditional means, and that's, you know, fair enough. But when they come back home, you know, there's a really high increase in the number of people using tablets. So people just come in from work, they're tired, they don't want to sit in front of a computer desk and just check their emails or read papers. They much prefer to use just sit on the couch, hit the couch, lie down, relax, and then just flick your way through newspapers, Flipboard, Twitter, tweets, YouTube videos. It kind of makes sense, and from the data and the graph that's provided by the study, it kind of makes sense, and I see where they're coming from. So let me ask you this, do you agree with the study? Is this what you do in the morning? Check your smartphone, at work, use a desktop, you come home and it's just the iPad, or is it something else? Leave it in the comments below. And now moving on to the chunkiest of stories which you've all been waiting for. New MacBook Airs and Lion are apparently dropping down this week, according to 9to5Mac, who of course, need I say, have a track record in being right. On July the 13th, Apple stores globally will be shutting down, going into lockdown, as Jack Bauer likes to say. And usually this means staff are inside, they're changing displays, changing the inventory, marketing, new banners and stuff. And I must say I am quite excited. Of course, over the past few weeks there's been low inventory on the MacBooks, the Mac Mini, the Mac Pro. Are Apple likely to just dish all of them out at the one go? I know it's kind of never happened before, but could they make an exception because Lion is being released? More so, inventory of the iMac and MacBook Pro, Snow Leopard discs which accompany these systems are also kind of short, which means that they are producing or in the process of bumping out Lion with these packages. I asked you guys last week what you would like to see in a MacBook Air. The kind of most top rated answer was, as you can see, Sandy Bridge processors, backlit keyboard. One guy even said he wanted to see a super drive in the MacBook Air. I'm not too sure why he wanted that. But this week, let me ask you this question. Let's say if Apple introduce a 11-inch MacBook Air and a 13-inch MacBook Air this week, which is most probable, but the 13-inch is different in that it's got the backlit keyboard. Will that be enough for you to kind of justify a 13-inch purchase? Or will you still be going for an 11-inch which doesn't have a backlit keyboard? Leave it in the comments below, or in iTunes, leave it in the comment section or the rating section. But guys, just before I end it off, I will be purchasing the MacBook Air should it be released this week. If you're not sure if that's going to be the machine for you, don't worry, I'll be doing reviews, test videos, comparison videos, gaming videos, the full lot. And from that, if you like it, go ahead and get it. There's no need to rush and get it and then you don't like it. Although I've yet to see someone who doesn't like a MacBook Air. But, I'll be testing out the machine, the MacBook Air, and hopefully it's going to be useful to at least one of you out there. Guys, thanks for watching. Remember, you can join me on iGlaswegian.com, twitter.com/i6glaswegian, facebook.com/iGlaswegian. I've got Google Plus, but I'm not going to bother with giving that link because it's too damn long. I will see you guys, as always, in another life. Cheers. Looking to send a package at the lowest price possible? Simple. Visit parcelmonkey.co.uk, follow these 4 simple steps, have the package collected from your doorstep, and then sit back and relax.